Hello, I've got a little project that I want to share with you. Got really excited because we received these beautiful screen printing kits in the shop, and I want to buy one and have a little play because it's fun. So I'm going to walk you through a little project I'm going to do. Hopefully you'll like it, and if you do you can try it yourself. If not, then at least you hopefully enjoy watching the artwork happen. So this is the screen printing kit. I'm going to try and open it one-handed because I am trying to hold the camera as well. And I didn't practice before this. So, it's glued down the back. That would help if I undid that. So it's got a little booklet in here with a few instructions of how to use it. A little screen, which is so diddy and cute. And it's glued down the back. So I'm hoping that's going to be really sturdy and hold through all the prints I need to do. But it's got a really fine mesh there, so I'm excited about that. And then underneath there you've got your paint, a little palette knife, and I don't know, is it a squeegee or something? I'll have to get back to you on that one. I might use my metal palette knife instead of this one because it's probably easier to use. The paint in here is black, but I am going to buy some other colours because my project is going to require other colours. So they don't have a green, so I'm going to get all the colours because then I can mix a really nice green, because usually when you buy a green it's not that nice. And this one's not quite a red, it's a bit of a pinky red, which I like more than the actual red. I'm partial to pink, so it's going to make some nice colours later. Okay, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to print on a tote bag that I've got, that I bought ages ago and didn't do anything with. So I've taken this photo of my plant at home and I've edited it somewhat so that some of the leaves are bigger. And I've already gone and cut out the plant pot because that's going to be my first layer, it's going to be my white layer. So this I'm going to print first through the stencil with the screen printing, and then I've kind of cheated and I've actually traced the picture. So I've got a tracer, so everyone's going to call me a cheat now, but yeah, it's what happens. So I've photocopied the trace, and then I've just started to cut out the bits that are going to be green, so I've got my little leaves there. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and then I'm kind of like working this out as I'm going, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do the detail because it's quite detailed. So I might buy a Posca pen and just go with the Poscas because they're going to sit on the fabric just as well as the paint in the screen printing kit. So they should work well together. I'm going to try and cut them out, but if I can't, I'll use a pen. so I've got all the leaves cut out. I'm going to be screen printing through this side. And I think I'm going to leave this one up here because that is actually a flower. And I think I might actually cut it out of this one and have it as one of my white layers. Because even in that flower there is green. Sometimes they come out white, and all the white ones from this plant have died right now. So I think I'm just going to make it white as though it was one of the white ones. Okay, so that's my 2 layers complete. So the next bit is for me to figure out what I'm doing for the black lines. So I am ready to get started. I've got the kit here, the 4 different colours. I've got a bit of plastic to mix the colours up, and my palette, which I have had forever. Got my stencils, so that's my white layer, and I'll move that out the way. You can see that's my green layer. I've gone and cut out some of the stems just to make it easier when I do the lines. I haven't actually cut out the black, so I thought that was going to be a bit intricate. What I have instead, I've got my Poscas out. So I'm probably going to use these ones to do the outlines instead. The other things I have is the tote bags, and I've got some paper to put inside them when I paint. So as I showed you before, got the little booklet, the screen in there. We're actually supposed to stick the stencil to the back of this according to the instructions, but my print is too big, so I won't be able to do that. First things first, I've got the tote bag here. I'm just going to figure out where I want the print to be. That looks about right, where I want it to land. And then, oh, I've got it upside down. Look at that. So I need it to go that way around. That looks about right on the bags. It's not too far from the top. It's kind of like central. So I'm just going to get that out of the way. And that's my white layer. So I'm using the tracing paper. I just thought of this, by the way, on a whim. This isn't part of the instructions. This is my instructions. So it looks like that is in the right place there. It's not going to be exact because it is a screen print. And I'm too impatient to make it exact anyway. So that will be the white layer, which then I can move out the way. And the green layer. I just wanted to use the tracing paper to help me line these up so that when I put the green and the white layer together, they can at least look like they kind of match. Hopefully. That's the plan in any case. We'll find out if it works. Right. So I don't need this anymore. They should, in theory, be in the right place. So I said I'm going to do the white layer first. So there's my white bit. Nice and flat. My print, so I'm going to have to do one bit here and then one bit for there. So some white paint. Said to mix it up a little bit, but it looks pretty well mixed. I don't think I need to worry too much about it. So I'm supposed to put some at the top there, just to cover the amount that you're doing. So the instruction said to flood it. I don't know whether to use the hard or the soft. We're just going to use one side. So flood it, which is that, and then to go over it again, pressing hard, which is what's supposed to help the paint go through. So if I peel that off, I have some paint on there, but not as much as I actually need. So I'm going to do that again. Let's see if that's done it. This is the first attempt. Well, I've got paint on there, so I'm going to say that's a success. So with the other one, get the paint all off this, put it back on there where I need it to be. So flood it, and then press hard. So hopefully that means it's transferred it. It has. So if we take that off, we've got our first bit of white. Oh my goodness, that's so exciting. Don't you just love it when you start a project and you've no idea whether it's going to work or not? So I don't need those anymore. I'll just set that to the side. What I did not do, which I probably should have done, was to mix my green. Like this, you can watch me mix my green. So, ooh, this looks nice. I don't know how much I need. I'm going to say about that much. A dollop, a good dollop. There. Yeah, see, the other palette did come in handy. I need it here. So this is a question of how green do we want the green? Again, I am making this up on the fly, so don't go by everything I say. And I think I quite like this gradient that's being made here. Ooh, I've got way too much blue. Yeah, it's too much blue there. And folks at home, it's not a good idea for you to be mixing your paint that you're about to use on top of the print you're going to make. So yeah, don't do as I do, because this isn't very wise. Hopefully nothing bad will happen. Let's get that out of the way. This is way too much paint now. I'm going to see if I don't mix it too much, if some of these colours will actually come through on through the leaves. Okay. That's the leaves there. Some of them will go over the white bit there. Oh, I need to remember the screen, which, folks, I did not wash. I should do that, shouldn't I? I should wash the screen. Right, let's see if I can clean some of this off. So that's not quite got everything. I'm just going to go ahead and put the green on anyway, see if it works, and if that white does become a problem, I'll just have to stop the video and wash it. Now, if only I had gone and bought 2 screens so that I can do the green and the white separately. Okay, hopefully that's enough paint. Let's give it just a dollop more. Okay, so flood the screen. Let's see what's happened. Ooh, it's not so bad. do technically need to do it again. See, I've got some of the white coming through onto the screen. That's quite nice. Just going to do that again. By the way, folks, I haven't actually done a screen print for many, many years. So this is a new thing for me. Okay, let's get that paint back off onto the screen. And I am literally getting paint on everything. This is when I'm realizing I did not put on an apron. I am wearing my nice clothing from earlier. I didn't change into anything that can just take paint and I'll be okay with it. Okay, so once to flood it, and then again to press hard and let the paint go through. Alright. Ooh, that's come out better. Only I've missed a bit. I don't know if you see right there. I've missed it. So, and there's a little bit there that I've missed. I don't know if you can see that. So I just need to do those two. So a little bit there and a bit there. Alright, that looks better. I've lifted off some of my white onto the back of my stencil here. There you have it, folks. My first screen print in years. This is so exciting. Ah, that's beautiful. So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and do my other two bags. I'm so pleased. And then once it's dry and I can go over it in pens, you can see there where I haven't ironed it to make it flat. But it's okay. I'm going to say it adds to the aesthetics and to the rusticness of the project. So I've got these Posca pens, 3mm and a 1.3mm and a 2.5mm. So PC3M and 5M. They are slate grey because it's much nicer than black. So I think this colour will go very nice with the green and the white. Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones. Feel free to skip this bit. I'll try and speed it up for you guys. Welcome back. I'm realizing that I'm slowly running out of, or rather quickly running out of natural daylight. So I've let it dry a bit so I can touch it now. It's not quite dry, but I'm just going to go ahead. Ideally, I'd want to do this the next day, but tomorrow we've got other plans, so I won't be able to do that. And like I said, I'm a very impatient person, so we shall go ahead and hope for the best, basically. Okay, so I don't know which one was better, the soft or hard. I'm going to go for the hard now. Okay, so that's flooded the screen. Press hard to transfer the print. Okay. come out really well. Very happy with that one. Might need to do this 3 times. I realise there's a tiny bit where the screen is just a bit too small. And I might have to mix up more paint. I'm slowly running out. Okay. So plug the screen. And that little bit there. That's a really good print again. So there's just a couple of spots down here that I didn't quite get. So just there and there. Looks like the white did stick after all. Oh no! I think I might end up with only 2 tote bags. That is quite well stuck down. See, this is what happens when you're impatient. You don't wait for things to dry. Other than that, the print is beautiful. See, there's a bit of paper still here. Where the paper got stuck. Oops. Time for a paintbrush. So, as you saw, my little stencil got damaged due to my impatience. I'm going to cut out another one really quickly. Might not be as good as the first one, but you know what? This is what happens when you're as impatient as me. You know, there are consequences. And sometimes they're okay. You know, nothing bad's really happened. It's not like it isn't fixable. Oh, and you know how I said that I don't have an apron on or anything, and I was just wearing normal clothes? Well, I managed to get some paint on myself, so now I'm wearing an apron. So I've cleaned the screen again, made some more paint. Last time the gradient didn't really come through, so I'm going to see if it will do this time. See if I put more blue on that side. Really good colour. See what happens if I just put some colour on there as well. Just experiment, right? Wow, how nice that is. Do you see that lovely blue coming through there? That's so pretty. And yeah, no way I'm using this stencil again. It was really thin paper, so I would suggest, I mean, for me this was I knew this was just the 3 tote bags, like a one-off kind of thing, but if I was to want to do multiple of these, the original plan was to make the stencil out of acetate, and then they would last a lot longer. But yeah, I think this one's my favourite, the third one. So that's the first one in comparison. They look kind of the same, I suppose. But now I must wait for them to dry before I do any Poscas. Or waiting, you know how I'm good at that. that's the 3 of them with the outlines done with the Poscas. Now I just have to put them in the oven. So I think the instructions were saying 150 degrees for 8 minutes. So that's what we'll do next. So this is the finished tote bag. I don't know if you caught in the video where I put it in the oven that it was actually the same size as my oven, so it's a bit too close to the edges, and this first one got a bit burnt, so that was not good. So for the other ones I folded them like so, but they would take up just a little bit less space in the oven. So this one's just come out now. This is the last one. So that's the paper that was inside. I would recommend not leaving it in and actually putting a different paper inside, because I found with the second one that it actually got stuck. So if I get the second one up here, I can show you, it got stuck, and then the paper got stuck to the bag. So I've got paper on that one. The other two are fine, it was just on the second one. Maybe there was more paint on that one, but on the third one I made sure to unstick it before putting it in the oven. So that one is perfectly fine. Third time's the charm, I suppose. So there you have it. A screen printed tote bag, all in a day's work.